Farming Simulator 23 is right around the corner, releasing just 6 weeks from when this video comes out. So today, I wanted to review everything that we know about Farming Simulator 23 so far, that way you can get caught up with everything in one video. First, some basic information. FS23 will drop on Tuesday, May 23rd for Nintendo Switch, iOS devices, and Android. There are 2 maps, Emberstone, which is the American map based on regions in the northern United States, and New Brun, which is the European map based more on German-speaking countries. Both maps will feature agriculture, forestry, and animals. That way you can farm the way that you want to, just like on the desktop version. There will also be production chains, visual seasonal changes, and collectibles. FS23 will have over 130 real and authentic machines on the Switch version, with over 100 on the mobile version. You can unlock all the machinery on the mobile version, however, you will need to buy them with coins. In the future, more free and paid content will be released as DLC content. And we will be getting auto-loading for pallets and wood, in addition to a new tutorial mode and AI helpers. That's the basic overview of the game itself, so let's dive a little bit deeper into some of the specifics. Now is a great time to check out some of the fact sheets that have been releasing over the past few weeks, starting with the most recent one, the Limkin Coralin 9840 Cultivator. This will cost you $87,500. It requires 320 horsepower. It's got a working width of 8.4 meters with a max working speed of 15 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour, weighs 8.5 tons, and it will take up 9 slots. For those of you that are not familiar with slots, the game only has so much memory, and the more space a piece of equipment takes up, the less room you have left for more stuff before the game becomes unstable. Console players have been dealing with this for a few games now, and it is back on mobile. Moving on, our second fact sheet is of the Pottinger TerraSim C6F Cedar. This will cost you $109,500. It requires 210 horsepower. It's got a working width of 6 meters with a max working speed of 15 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour. It will hold 4,000 liters total of seed and fertilizer. It will plant wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, soybeans, cover crop, and grass. The Pottinger also weighs 8.9 tons and will take up 10 slots. Those are the 2 most recent ones, but we also have a pair from last week as well, including the Hardy Mercury 4000L. This will cost you $28,000. It's got a max working width of 4 meters with a max working speed of 15 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour. It will hold 4,000 liters of liquid fertilizer, weighs 870 kilograms, and will take up 5 slots. And the only other fact sheet that we've gotten so far is the Crampy Half Pipe HP20. This will cost you $36,000, will hold 12,100 liters of bulk crop, including wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, olives, sunflower, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, and chaff. I think the only one missing here is grapes. It also weighs 6.1 tons and will take up 3 slots. That might be all the fact sheets, but we still have access to a lot of other equipment and machinery on the website, including vehicles, harvesters, equipment, and more. So let's take a look. Starting with a basic overview of the website itself. When you go to farming-simulator.com, go up to the top and go to games, and you can find Nintendo Switch right here on the left-hand side. You can also find mobile here as well, but these will bring you to exactly the same thing. Make sure Farming Simulator 23 is selected, and now we can see the overview of quite literally everything. We also have our vehicles listed by brand, harvesters, again, listed by brand, equipment. We can find the maps here with all the screenshots. We can see every single animal. We can see all the fruits and some screenshots. We're going to go over literally vehicles, harvesters, equipment, maps, animals, and fruits right now with screenshots coming after. So let's jump right in. In the vehicles category for Case IH, we have the Magnum 380 CVX Drive. This can be found in large tractors. It's got 417 horsepower and goes 50 kilometers an hour. In Kloss, we have the Axion 870 medium tractor, 295 horsepower, 50 kilometer per hour. In Deutz-Fahr, we've got the 8280 TTV medium tractor. It's got 287 horsepower and goes 60 kilometers an hour. In Fendt, we've got quite a few of them here. We have the 314 Vario in small tractors, 142 horsepower and 40 kilometers an hour. We also have the 724 Vario in medium tractors, 246 horsepower. And we got a big boy, the 942 Vario large tractor, 415 horsepower. We'll just stop talking about speed. You guys can see it there. As for JCB, we'll have the Fast Track 4220 in medium tractors. This will have 235 horsepower. In John Deere, we've got a pair with more to come. First is the John Deere 6120 Ilm. It's in small tractors with 140 horsepower. And secondly, we have the John Deere 7R310 large tractor. I have 352 horsepower. You may see things like this saying coming soon. What this just means is there are more John Deere tractors or vehicles coming soon. Landini's also got a pair, including the Rex 4120 GT small tractor. This will have 112 horsepower, and the 7230 Robo 6 medium tractor, 225 horsepower. Now's also a great time to mention that you're probably going to see a lot of the same stuff from Farm Sim 22 in Farming Simulator 23. That's basically because, more or less, FS23 is just a mobile version of FS22, which I'm pretty excited about. If you enjoy Lindner tractors, you're good to go. We have the Lintrac 130 in small tractors. This will have 136 horsepower. Of course, we couldn't not have a Lizard pickup truck, so we have the 2017 pickup truck coming back with 300 horsepower. Massey fans will be happy to hear that the Massey Ferguson 5S 145 small tractor with 145 horsepower will be returning, but we will have more coming soon. As about a McCormick, we have the X8, the big one, 631 VT drive and large tractors, 310 horsepower. Since logging is returning, we will have the Ponzi Cobra in forestry machines with 285 horsepower. Keeping it going with logging in Printeth, we have their SF900. This is a forestry machine. This is a stump grinder, man. It requires 90 horsepower. And of course, we can't not have Valtra, so we'll have the G135 small tractor. It's going to have 145 horsepower. Again, remember, in Farming Simulator 22, we may have over 500 tools and machinery. Well, here we're getting about a fifth of that. But the good thing is, it's pretty spread out, kind of like Zader. We got the Crystal HD medium tractor with 171 horsepower, and that is all of our vehicles. We do have one coming soon, but you don't need to worry about that right now. Jumping into harvesters, and we're going to start with AgriSim, which is not a harvester at all. It's a Discovine grape technology. It's a subsoiler thing, isn't it? 65 horsepower required. Now, these are more my style for harvesters. We have from Capeo, we have the Helianthus 5700. That is going to be your sunflower header, 5.7 meter working width, as well as the Helianthus 12,000. This has a 12 meter working width. The interesting thing is here, no max working speed has been noted. Anyway, and we also have their time at 12 cornhead 9-meter spread. From Case IH, there's actually quite a bit in here as far as harvesters go. First is their AxleFlow 7150, so not the largest one, but kind of right below it, with 449 horsepower and a capacity of 10,570 liters. Then we have their cotton harvester, the Module Express 635. This can be found in cotton technology, 415 horsepower, 6-meter working width, 20,000 liter capacity, so it's going to be those square bales. Then we have headers for the 7150. We've got first the 3020 Terraflex 25 foot, 7.5 meter working width for grain, and for corn, we have the 4408 corn head with a 6 meter working width. From Kloss, we've got two headers, but we don't have the combine yet. I imagine we'll probably be getting the Tryon, but we actually don't know yet. Either way, let's take a look at the headers. We have that CombiFlex 1080 is a 10.8 meter working width for grain, and then for corn, we have the Corio 875 FC for 6 meter working width. Again, coming soon right here. I'm gonna guess that's probably a harvester. From Deutz-Fahr, if you enjoy the Topliner 4090 HTS from Farm Sim 22, it's coming back. Same specs as well. 310 horsepower, 8,500 liter capacity, and we have the 4090 header as well with a 6 meter working width for grain. From FarmTech, this is not a harvester at all, but this is the VariaFlex 750 grape technology. It's a grape trailer, holds 4,900 liters, and it requires 94 horsepower. Interesting. And a working width of 3 meters. From Fendt, we have the Katana 650 forage harvester. That's right. With 650 horsepower, 40 kilometer per hour max working speed. This bad boy is going to be wild. Did I say max working speed? No, max going speed. Now, here is a grape trailer, the Furman LSW 12,000. Of course, 12,000 liter capacity. From Grimmer, we got a couple things here. We have the GL420 potato technology. This is going to be a planter, I believe, 150 horsepower, 3 meter working width, 2,665 liter capacity for probably seeds or potatoes. We also have the Ventnor 4150 potato harvester, 530 horsepower, 25 kilometer per hour, and 22,500 liter capacity. And finally, for beets, we have a sugar beet harvester, the Rooster 604, 225 horsepower required, 3 meter working width at 6,000 liter capacity. Can't not have Hardy on here though. We've got the Mercury 4000. Again, we talked about this in the back sheets, 4 meters at 4,000 liters. From John Deere, we got the big one, the X9 1100. 100 harvester, 690 horsepower, 16,200 liter capacity. We've also got the headers that match that, which is the HD50F. Oh yeah, 15.2 meters in a game, a mobile game. And then we have the C16F, a 12 meter corn head. It's going to be insane. If you're using that Finn Katana, you're probably going to need a header, and you probably want to use the Kemper 360 Plus for forage harvester headers. 580 horsepower is required, but you'll have plenty of that. It's got a 6 meter working with. And when you're working with cotton, you will have stuff to work with cotton and with a lizard, with the Module 4 and the Module X Semi. Both of these were released with the DLC in Farming Simulator 19, and they are here. I say DLC, I think they were base game, weren't they? Yeah, they were base game. I'm just an idiot. New Holland fans, rejoice! We have the Broad 9070L and the 9090X, both for grape and olive harvesting. I do believe these are going to have the same specs. No. For grapes, 164 horsepower, 3,100 liters, and for olives, 182 horsepower, with 4,000 liters. Very interesting. Once you've harvested your grapes, you will need to prune the vines, and that's where the Provadis MP122 OCEA comes into play. Doesn't have any information, but stick this on the front of one of your vineyard tractors, should be good to go. Closing it down here with harvesters, we have the Ropa RRXL 9X45 Beat technology. This is a header that goes with a Ropa harvester, which is coming soon. I think we all know what that's going to be. Next to last from TMC Catella, we have their TPN 140 grape technology, 70 horsepower required, 1.4 meter working width. That's going to be a mulcher. And lastly, we have Ziegler, the Corn Champion 5R. Is going to be a corn header for your smaller combine harvesters, 3.4 meter working width, and that is it. There is no coming soon. So those are all of your brands for harvesters. As for equipment, there is a lot more, so I'll do my best to go through this as quick as possible. We do have the Alpago K Extreme 11500 subsoiler, 300 horsepower required at 5 meter working with. From Amazon, we've got a couple things from them. The Cineo 4000 Super Cultivator, 160 horsepower at 4 meter working with. Then we have the Presea 4500 2C Super Planter. This is 150 horsepower required, 4.5 meter working with, 1580 liter capacity. And then we have their fertilizer spreader, the ZATS 3200 liter capacity at 42 meter spread. You guys are probably pretty familiar with that one. As for Anderson, we do have the Pro Chop 150. Throw a straw bale in there, give it to your animals. 80 horsepower is required. From Akuzen, we have an auto-loading bell trailer for square bells, the FSX 6372. No details available for that one. From Bergman, we've got a couple things for you. First is in their auger wagon technology, RRW 500, they're 50,700 liters. I can't remember if this is for sugar beets or potatoes, but very cool there. We also have the Bergman Shuttle 490S. This is just a regular forage loading wagon, which will pick stuff up off the ground. 300 horsepower required, 49,500 liter capacity. From Bratna, one of my favorite trailers of all time, the Z180512 XXL Power Flex. One heck of a name, 18,500 liter capacity there. From Breedle, you probably know what to expect. It is this guy, the K165 Fertilizer Spreader, 24 meter spread at 18,950 liters. This is very popular for lime spreading, though I don't think we have lime in Farming Simulator 23, so interesting thing there. We also have a square baler, the LB436 from Case IH, 230 horsepower required for that one. From Conveyall, something brand new that came with Farm Sim 22, the CST 1550 auger wagon, 43,800 liter capacity there. From Dibco, you'll be happy to hear that their steel drop deck trailer will be returning. No specifics there. From Farson, the PF224 Plus, which is an animal feed mixer, 120 horsepower required at 24,000 liters. From Fleagle, we have the PFW 18,000 Max Line Plus slurry tank, 225 horsepower, 15 meter spread, 18,000 liter capacity, and then something to move around your animals with, the Noah TTW 140. Doesn't say how many animals it will hold, but it will hold animals. From Hardy, the Mega 12,000L, so we will have another sprayer, 24 meters, 27,000 or 2,700 liter capacity. Sorry there. We also have their Aeon 5200 Delta Force, 5200 liters, of course, at 32 meters spread. A lot of equipment, man, a lot of equipment. Next up from Howe, we have their ULW 4000 auger wagon, 43,000 liters, and then we have their DST manure spreader, 150 horsepower, 12 meters, 16,500 liter capacity. Pretty good there. Moving on from Horsch, we have the Joker 4T cultivator, 140 horsepower, 4 meter spread. From Uneinrich, we have their EFG S50 pallet handler, 57 horsepower, 17 kilometers per hour. I feel like this should probably be in vehicles. Yeah, I think it should. From Kingston Trailers, this came with Farm Sim 22 as well. We've got their Belvedere animal trailer for horses. Then from Kokerling, we have the Rebel Classic cultivator, 6 meters, 180 horsepower. Then we have their Vector 800, 8 meters, 320 horsepower. From Crampy, something that we saw on the fact sheets, we have their half-pipe HP20 trailer, 12,100 liter capacity. Agroliner, again, actually, no, not something that we saw. Didn't we see something from Croak? No, I'm just an idiot. PWO, pallet handling, I'm pretty sure that's going to have auto loading. And then you have the Muck 303 trailer, 37,500 liter capacity. From Krona, we do have a windrow from them, the Swadger TS 970 with a 9.7 meter working with at 90 horsepower required. From the K brand, can't say this out loud, we've got a couple things, a cedar, tedder windrow, and a baler. You guys can see all of the specs here. Lots of stuff, and probably stuff that you're familiar with using already. From Kverneland, similar story here. We got a plow from them for 220 horsepower, 3.5 meter working width, and a planter, one of my favorite planters in the game because it's 9 meters, but it only holds 2,660 liters of seed, 180 horsepower though. So that's not too bad. From Limken, again, some stuff that I think we've seen. The Corlin right here. We got their big cultivator, so you've seen that. We'll have a smaller cultivator, 5 meters, 180 horsepower, and we'll have a planter from them as well. 2,600 liters of seed, 6 meters, at 150 horsepower. We have that base game in Farm Sim 22. These guys, they are coming back, the MKS 8 and 32 liquid trailers, 8,000 liters and 32,000 liters respectively. From Load King, we've got their Distinction Super B, so we will have the Super B with a total of 75,600 liter capacity, and then we've got more coming from them, but we don't know what it is yet. Manitou, again, this is a vehicle. This is the MTL pallet handler, or pallet handling. You guys know what it is. It's a telehandler. 129 horsepower, 40 kilometers or 24 mile per hour max speed. From Nordstrom, we have this coming back. Base game Cedar, 125 horsepower, 3 meters at 600 liters. From Pottinga, we already talked about the Terra Sim, so you guys know all about that, but we will have a mower coming as well. No front mower lined up for this, but usually they'll just kind of appear, so just expect it to appear probably. We've also got the Raby EG 3.9 cultivator, 2.5 meter working with 90 horsepower. From Rudolph, only one trailer, the TDK 301. We got the double tandem thing there, 24,500 liter capacity. From Samson, we have their US 235 dynamic, 265 horsepower, 24 meters at 24 meters? Oh, is this a manure spreader? It is. It's a manure spreader. 30,300 liter capacity. From Vetterstad, we've got the Rapid A800S, 3,100 liters of seed, 8 meters, 240 horsepower required. From Ben Hewis, we have the Premium Integral 20,000 Vibro Slurry Tanker, 6.2 meter working width at 300 horsepower. We're getting close. Valgar, we got their little trailer, the DK115, 8,000 liter capacity. And from Wilson, we've got their animal transport. So it doesn't look like we're going to be getting their big trailer. And then, of course, we got more coming soon. As I mentioned, we do have the maps. If you guys would like, you could jump on the website and take a look at some more screenshots from Amberstone. And you can also check out some screenshots from Newbrood if you wish. We've also got the animals in here as well, so you get a closer look at those. Of course, chickens, cattle, horses, pigs, and sheep. No bees. And the last thing we're going to look at are the crops. These are all in alphabetical order. So we have barley, canola, cotton, grapes, grass, corn, oats, ale. We've also got oilseed radish or cover crop, olives, potatoes, sorghum, soybeans, sugar beet, sunflowers, and of course, wheat. which is always the last one, of course. So there you guys go. That is everything that you need to see from the website. Now, for screenshots, we'll talk about those. So as for those screenshots, we have a bunch of them. So I'm just going to do my best to put them in kind of like a picture order here for you guys so you can see them all while we do a quick review of the game. It's going to come out on Tuesday, May 23rd. It will be available for Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. There's 2 maps, Amberstone and Newbern, based in the United States and EU. Over 130 vehicles and tools on Nintendo Switch, with over 100 on mobile. Both maps will feature agriculture, animals, and forestry. They'll have visual seasonal changes, collectibles, plowing, and weeds have also been added. We didn't talk about that in this video, but those are being added, as well as new crops, including grapes, olives, and sorghum. We do have production chains, including flour, furniture, and clothing at the very least, with more probably being announced soon. You guys saw all the animals above, and auto-loading for pallets and wood, which are 2 of the big features. Currently, pricing is $44.99 on Nintendo Switch, $7.99 on iOS devices, and unfortunately, Android devices do not have a pricing yet, just a pre-registration button on the website, so links to all those can be found in the description if you want them. And if you didn't know already, I've gotten the opportunity to play Farming Simulator 23 on iPad at PAX East in Boston a few weeks ago, and I had a separate video showcasing my reactions, and I talked about some information that you may not find anywhere else. So check out that video if you haven't seen it already. I will also be getting Farm Sim 23 on Nintendo Switch and on iPad once it's released, and I do plan on doing a playthrough and tutorial series, so stay tuned for that. And I think I'm out of breath, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. Let me know, are you excited about Farm Sim 23? Does this meet or exceed your expectations for the next mobile game, or is there something you think is missing, or do you even care? I'm really interested to hear what you have to say, so let me know in the comments. Also, if you got any other questions about the game, maybe something specific that I talked about in this video or a previous video, of course, you can ask those questions in the comments too. Otherwise, I just hope you enjoyed this video and hope it helped you out. If it did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, join the GoHam fan. Make sure your notification bells are on as well. That way, you never miss future Farming Simulator 23 content or daily Farming Simulator videos, mostly Farm Sim 22, here on the channel. All being said, I just hope you have a great day. We'll see you later. Peace.